you. We can start if you like.
Yeah.
You want to ask me questions?
Yeah, let's.
Okay. Thank you.
So which part do you
You can ask
prefer?
me part 1 questions, please.
Part one. Okay.
4
Rita, do
questions.
you work?
Okay,
Yes.
sorry. 4 questions for part 1.
Okay.
Thank you.
Rita, do you work or study?
I do both actually. I work online teaching English as a second language, so that means ESL. And I also study IELTS through the IELTS Advantage.
So do you like to travel by train?
I would love to, I guess, but I'd never get a chance lately. I mean, since the outbreak of the pandemic, I didn't travel at all.
Uh, if you can travel, where do you usually go by train?
If I could travel, I will go to Toronto and also to Vancouver. Um, yeah, that would be maybe it will take 3 days or 4 days by train.
So do you know when was the last time you traveled by train?
Oh, it's hard to remember. I can't even remember. I think many years ago was the last time. I can't remember exactly what was that. Where did I go?
Okay. So what are the advantages of traveling by train?
I think one of the things that you feel like it's good to travel by train is that you can see a lot of beautiful views, like stunning rockies, especially in British Columbia. There is a well-known scenery that's called the Rockies or Rocky Mountains. So that's I think a breathtaking view to go by train.
Okay, that's great.
Okay, I didn't do well at that, but anyways, it's not my best day today, I think. Let's call on Junaid. Junaid, you can be an examiner for Renjith, please.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you.
Well, from which part? Part 1 or part 2 or part 3?
You can ask part one.
Well, okay. I need couple of minutes. I need 1 minute to think. Well, are you ready?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, this is Junaid Ahmad and I'll be examiner for you. First of all, I want to ask you about your personality. Well, what is your full name?
My full name is Renjith Pillai, and Ravindran Pillai is my father's name.
Well, what are you doing?
I'm currently working as a financial analyst in a US-based company. So, where I work with a lot of financial advisors in the US, and we'll be providing various reporting services to them so that they can manage their clients very well with our company platform.
Well, let's talk about photographs. What type of photos do you like taking? Why and when?
Yeah, mainly I would like to take the group photos rather than taking a selfie, because I usually go with my friends for some trips and all. So I would like to take the photos with everyone together enjoying. So those memories will always with us in the form of photographs that can be framed and it can be hanged in our room or somewhere we have our comfortable place.
What do you do with photos you take?
Yeah, normally, unlike in the past, nowadays we will keep the photos in our smartphones or tablets or even computers. But in the past, we usually frame it and hang it somewhere in our room. So I think that is a difference. So most people prefer to save the photographs in a digital format nowadays.
Well, the last question is, do you like people taking photos of you?
Well, to be honest, I would say no, because I am a shy person and I'm an introvert. So obviously, I would be comfortable when I am in a group and taking that photograph. So, however, when I alone and taking a selfie or someone posing me is not comfortable for me.
Well, that part one is over.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you guys. Okay, so next is Mert. Mert, you will be the examiner for Junin.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hello, Janet.
Hi.
Which part do you want?
Sorry?
Which part do you want?
Yeah, part one or part two, part three, any as you wish.
Okay, I can ask you from part 3.
Well,
Your first question is, what typical things can visitors to your country buy?
sorry, would you please repeat?
What typical things can visitors to your country buy?
Yeah, there are lots of things in my country. If anyone to buy, they can easily buy from any sales market, and I would say that there are some essential things actually is rare in if any visitors go countryside, they will unable to buy any food because it's countryside they are unable to buy anything.
Okay, next question is, what things do young people like to buy in your country?
To be honest, in my country, younger people are most attractive to buy any sports-related equipment, which is very essential for them because they are into sports, and that is why they buy. As well as I have seen they also do shopping for them and do buy from shop market.
Okay, is it a good idea to save money? Why or not?
Definitely, it's very essential to save money for the next life. You know that if any people if survive in his life, obviously money is mandatory for us. So I think that if any people to save some money for him, obviously it will be beneficial and he can live smartly.
Okay, last question is, do you think that people are happier if they have money? Why or not?
It's depend on circumstances. Like if people have lots of money but he feel like chance, if these people will not happy for his life, and I think that if any people don't have money, he cannot survive properly. So it's money also needed, but it's mandatory to think that which is satisfaction. It is much more important to than the money.
Okay, that's finished. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Renjith, can you be an examiner for Mert, please?
Yes, Mert. Mert, are you available? Ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
So which part do you like to?
You can ask from part 3.
Speak? Why do you think people like to travel to different places in their free time?
I think people are working in the daytime and they have no more free time in the usual days, and they're in their free days they want to go anywhere in the city or countryside because they want to be relaxed and refresh with their heads. They want to be relaxed, I think.
How do you see tourism changing in your country compared to in the future? How do you see tourism changing in your country in the future?
Okay. In my country, nowadays, people, tourists coming to our country more than past in these days, because our money's value is slow down and falling in these days, and in the future I think it will be more tourists in our country in every summer, and also we have there are so many natural beauty in our country. Because of it, tourists love our country for visit.
Okay. Why are historical buildings and monuments important to the city?
I think there are. I think it's important because the old buildings and monuments are reminding us to past in our past. I think we deserve I think we can. I think we should protect the old buildings and monuments. They are symbolizing our history in our country. Yeah, that's it.
Is it better to keep old buildings or build the new ones? Is it better to keep old buildings or build new ones?
I think it should be both of old buildings and
Yeah.
new ones,
Can you explain?
because old buildings should old buildings reminding our history to us, and we need new ones. Also, we need new buildings for many reasons, like technological inventions or something. I
Okay.
think both of these should be in our cities.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, guys. We'll welcome Vinay and Humayan. Welcome, guys.
Thank you. Thank you. Hi, Rita. Hi, everyone.
Hi. And I want to encourage everyone, you can write on our chat box your comments about the others. If you have feedback, for example, constructive feedback. And now I'm gonna pair Vinay and Humayan. So Humayan, can you give questions to Vinay, and then Vinay will give you questions. Thank you.
Yeah, I have some question and I can answer anyone.
4 questions for part 1 and 3 questions if it's part 3. And I'll take care of the cue card if we still have time.
Okay. Hi, Vinny, can you hear me? Yeah, hi, Humayan. Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. Okay, so I have some question. It could be part 1 and part 3. So what would you like to answer, part 1 or part 3? Any. Just ask me any. Okay, so the question which is I'm gonna ask you about part 3. Mm-hmm. What factors do people takes into account while planning to do the shopping? In order to while planning shopping, one should keep few points. They should consider few points. One is their pocket, how much budget they have to shop around, and second thing is what exactly they really want to buy, so that they don't waste their time and money as well. Other than that, they should focus on that if they really need that product which they are going to buy or not. So these 3 things should be, I think, main in order to keep shopping list short and clear. Okay. So does young people and old generation wearing the same kinds of clothes? Absolutely not. Young people like to wear casual, comfortable clothes which look nice on them, and on the other hand, older people they like to wear more formal clothes, which represents their identity in front of other people. And I have observed many people wearing suits and tie in males, even females. On the other hand, students, they like to wear trendy, casual clothes. Okay, so next question is about
what kind of clothes do people wear?
Sorry, could you repeat the question?
What kind of clothes people like to wear?
Well, mostly people like to wear clothes which are.
The question actually about you.
About your country, I think. What kind of clothes people in your country like to wear?
Okay. Well, in Canada, I have observed people wearing clothes according to the season. If it's winter, they like to wear. They like to cover themselves with warm jackets, gloves, and hats and beanies. During summer, they like to wear minimum but still fashionable clothes. So apparels are important part of the of Canadian people's personality. So they are they choose them carefully while buying them.
Okay, so now I am going to ask you part one question.
Okay, I think it's enough, Humayan, and Vinay will ask you questions. We have Shamim. Let me just welcome him. I want to ask Shamim because I don't recognize his name from Facebook or from Messenger. Shamim, can you unmute yourself, please? Shamim.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Rita. Which Messenger account are you? Which name? What name?
Shamim Ahmed.
Oh, are you sure? Because I don't see this in my Messenger. I don't see you.
Yeah, ma'am, he's friend of mine, and I invite him to join with us.
Okay, you have to speak up, okay, when I ask, because I get so confused when I don't recognize the name. Thank you.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Now let's go back to Humayan and Vinay.
Okay.
I'll go back to you guys. I'll give you a few more questions if we still have time. After the pair, Vinay and Humayan, I'll take care of Shamim. Okay. Thank you, guys.
Okay, ma'am.
Just give me a second. All right, Humayan, do you think arguments are important?
Well, I think people are addicted to it because it depends on the incidents and events. People have choice to give their opinion, and most of the cases, the human being and the nature of human being, people give their own opinion, and definitely it's based on their argument. They always try to represent that they knows everything, and actually it's reflecting that they always win the debate. And I think, I totally agree with this question.
Okay. What do family members generally argue about?
Ma'am, could you repeat the question?
What do family members generally argue about?
Okay, so in every family there is some classification about the member. Like I think that mostly adult members always try to argue their opinion and their expression for any kind of subject, because they always try to demonstrate that they know everything. It's reasonable. They have some experience based on their previous job. Although time has been changing, there are some two different two type of member in every families. Young generations, they have connection with advanced technology, but the older generations, they always try to make their argument in a first category.
Okay. Do you think you are stubborn?
Sorry?
Do you think you are stubborn?
Okay, so, well, to be honest, I think actually I have doubt about the definition of stubborn.
Okay. Stubborn is.
Okay, so actually,
Okay.
can you change the question?
Yeah, I can do that. Just give me a second.
I will Google it later.
Okay. Stubborn is like when you really want your opinion to be listened, and you really want to. You're strongly. You can strongly argue about your opinion. You really want everybody to follow your opinion.
Okay.
But I can ask you another question. You can.
Okay, no problem. I got your point. Okay. So to be honest, I think although people are addicted to it about showing their argument, but what I believe that what is right and wrong, there should have some differentiation and should be an accurate one in every kind of aspect of human issues. And I believe that if there is no logic and if there is not the based on the reality, then it should have some demerits in every aspect of life. So I believe that it should be argumentative opinion that if there is a true matters based on our practical issues.
All right. So your 3 questions are done, Humayan. And back to Rita, or do you want me to just give you a little bit feedback?
Okay, ma'am. So what should we do, ma'am? Can you hear us? Rita,
Okay,
ma'am?
yeah, I hear you guys. Let's let me entertain Shamim and Binod. Maybe I can give 2 questions for Shamim. Janet, did you tell Shamim that he has to have IELTS questions too? To ask?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So Shamim, I'll ask you 2 questions. After that, you will ask questions. You will be an examiner to Binod. You will give him 4 questions for part 1. And if it is part 3, 3 questions. So only 1 part. Okay? It's either part 1 or part 3.
Okay. Part 1.
Okay, your question for part 1.
Yes.
Do you like art lessons in school? Or did you like art lessons in school?
Actually, art is essential for every people because it gives us knowledge, and when people know about art, they also can know in another thing with their study related. So I think every school have need to add art, as well as they need to art exhibition in every year. So I support it.
Okay, thank you. So your last question, how often do you go to art galleries?
Actually, I am a student, so I don't have enough time to go anywhere. But when I free, I try to go in art gallery, because in this gallery I can know many things and many unknown things. So I always try to go here.
Okay, thank you. Now you can ask questions to Binod.
Sorry, ma'am.
It's your turn to ask questions, and your partner will be Binod.
Oh, okay.
Okay. 4 questions, part 1.
Do you like art exhibition? Hello? Vinay, do you like art exhibition? Art exhibition?
Yeah, I love it. I love visiting art galleries. However, I haven't attended any kind of exhibitions on regarding the art, and neither have I gone to visit any kind of art galleries in my places. But yeah, I would love to visit if I get chance one day.
Okay. Do you think art exhibition affect on human behavior?
Yeah, definitely. It seems to me like visiting to art galleries is a kind of educational. We can learn many things from there. Art is all about the human skills. They use their ideas to make up something. If I were to take an example, paintings. Okay, so painting. Some people like to decorate their homes, walls with the paintings. It's a skill, and I think it's a great idea to attend the art museums or any kind of exhibitions.
Okay.
Okay, are you done?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, done.
I'll start asking questions to all of you guys. Junid first, and then Mert, and then Vinay, and then Humayan, and then Shamim and Binod. Okay? So these are part 1 questions. Junid, let's talk about numbers. Can you memorize phone numbers easily?
Is it question for mine?
For you, Junid.
Yeah. Okay, tell me.
Can you memorize phone numbers easily?
I reckon everyone is essential functions for everyone, and it's also essential for me. And I can easily recognize when I see any numbers, and I can memorize easily.
Okay, thank you very much. Mert, your turn. Did you like studying math in school?
To be honest, when I was
It's my
school,
Mert, it's for Mert. Sorry, Junid. Mert
Okay.
now, it's Mert's turn. Okay, go ahead, Mert. Did you like studying math in school?
I didn't like study in maths in school. When I was in high school, I didn't listen lessons too much. I didn't listen math lessons too much, and I like more English lessons. I like English lessons more than maths.
Okay, thank you very much. Vinay, it's your questions. No, it's your, I'll give you one question. Did you like studying math in school? Why is that?
Certainly, maths was one of my favorite subjects because I always loved numbers. The most interesting part of mathematics was always statistics for me. I used to challenge myself to remember numbers or play with numbers without using calculator. Though it was quite challenging, I still was able to challenge myself and get through it.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, Humayan, your turn. Are numbers important for your current work, or if you are studying? Are numbers important to your current study or to your current? Sorry, let me do it again. Are numbers important for your current study or for your current work?
Okay, so yeah, I reckon that it's really important in my current job as well as and there's some study what is going in my current in my present time, and in both cases I can observe that there are some calculations going in my professional life, which is based on some budget I have to do for the whole year, what the outcome for my department, as well as some technical issues which is based on the math, and then, I think that if there is any wrong and or falsify calculation in any term, then it could be a great loss for my organization.
Oh.
And at the same time, when I have been studying, in that time, there's some calculation based on my higher study subject, which is also important, like as in technical.
Okay,
background.
Humayan, it's okay. Thank you. It's a part one question, so it's supposed to be shorter. Now I'll go to Shamim. Do you hear me, guys, like clearly? Or
Sorry, ma'am.
do you hear my voice clearly, or
Ye-
it's too low?
Yes, ma'am. I heard you clearly.
Okay, that's good. So your question, sorry. Did you play in a park as a child?
Actually, when I was child, always I played in my field, as well as I was captain in my team. Most of the time I played football as well as cricket, badminton. That's my favorite sports.
Okay, thank you very much. Now let's take Binod. Your question, when was the last time you laughed?
The last time I laughed.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember yesterday night. I think I laughed hilariously.
Mhm.
I was watching one of the comedy YouTube videos last night, and it was a Nepali comedy show. And the way the person, the stand-up comedian, the way he made the fun of the politicians of our country, it was like I had never, heard the joke, the way they slander the act of politicians. It was sarcastically,
Okay.
given opinion.
Okay. Okay,
I
Vinay.
laughed a lot.
Thank you. That was the part one question. Junaid, your turn again.
Rita, you want me to ask you?
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay, if everybody's turn is over, then I can ask you.
Yeah, 1 minute, less than 1 minute we have.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Which part of your country do you like to live in?
I would say it's the southern part. Now it's gone. Sorry, guys. I think I'll finish my sentence there. The part in my country that I prefer to live in is, I think, in Palawan. I'm not sure which side of the country Palawan is. Might be in the south side. And the reason why is because Palawan has got a lot of stunning beaches. And I've only seen a lot of photos of those sceneries. And I would love to be able to see them in person. And also, of course, if I'll have the opportunity to live there, that would be good. All right. I'll continue a little bit. Okay, I'll just skip today for my other English lessons. No, Vinay, it's done. Zoom, the 40-minute session is already ended. And that's what we get from Zoom for free. Okay.